So I don't know if you've ever felt that like gut-wrenching feeling after you spent the whole day just scrolling online and you've done nothing on your to-do list, but I used to feel that all the time, and so I really needed to figure out something to do about it. Hi Slayers, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Eileen, and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you about how and why I made my phone into a dumb phone as someone who's from Gen Z. Okay, so I'm about to be 20, which is crazy, but that's a different video. And I feel like growing up as someone who's in Gen Z, we're not quite like iPad kids, but we're iPad kid adjacent, which is gross to say, but it's true. I love the internet. I've had many a night scrolling through Tumblr, reading fanfiction, going on Instagram, Twitter especially, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, there's been a lot of internet in my life. So I'm not an internet hater, but the biggest problem I had was like when TikTok came around and Reels, and it would really distract me from like doing homework or like doing important things, and I just always felt pretty crappy after I had like scrolled for a long time. So, you know, obviously that's like doom scrolling, and I know that's bad, but it's hard to break, and I tried to quit a couple of times, but it didn't always work. And so I'm going to tell you what actually worked for me and what didn't. That way you can eliminate the doom scroll and find your soul. I'm sorry. Okay, anyways. Okay, so the first thing I did, and I did this a couple of years ago, is I deleted TikTok. Now, TikTok was like the main source for where I went to doom scroll and stuff, and it was pretty bad. So I deleted TikTok. I tried to use the screen time things that are supposed to like limit your screen time, but I always just skipped them and they never worked for me. So I deleted the app, and that sucked, and it just led me to actually go to Instagram and scroll on their Reels more. But I feel like Reels are a tiny bit better. So I did that, and I let that simmer for a while. I did eventually replace that habit, though, with Instagram. But it was important that I deleted TikTok because I now have TikTok, and I can re-download it, and I don't have the habit of, like, going straight to it anymore. So I can actually use it, like, normally and not feel, like, trapped by it. And also my algorithm kind of sucks now, so I don't go on it as much. But you should probably follow me on TikTok. So why am I so awkward today? Okay, the next thing I did was I now had to figure out a way to block Instagram. I tried to, once again, use the screen time thing that Apple has built in, and it just doesn't work for me. I just skip it and don't even care. So instead, I downloaded this app called Refocus, and it blocks it from certain time periods of the day. So I like it a lot more because I know that I still get to use Instagram. It's just at a certain time. And you can do this with whatever app is like your main problem app. So I did this, so I only have Instagram from 8 p.m. onwards at night. And it's really helped me not like get super distracted when I'm doing homework especially. And I found that like, I don't really care what I'm missing. And I finally actually feel like I felt before I had TikTok and before I had Instagram and I had like all those reels and stuff. And when I do get to use it now, I really don't use it that much. My screen time has kind of gone from roughly 4 to 5 hours to like 1 to 2. And I do calculate my screen time differently though. I take out if it says like if it counts maps or if it counts Spotify or something like that. I was not on my phone for those periods of time. Like that does not count. So I do recalculate my screen time just so I know myself, so I can kind of track it for a little bit, but you know, that's just the nerd in me. So you don't have to do all that. However, this did present its own problem because I text a little special someone on Instagram and I couldn't do it if I had it blocked. And also like people DM me and stuff, and you just like want to be in the know. You don't want to like ignore people for hours. That's kind of mean. So I found this app called Beeper, and it's technically like in its development stages, I think. So it's not like a fully fleshed out app, but what it does is it basically just takes all your Instagram DMs and sends it to this app so that you can use this app instead of using Instagram, but you can still connect through Instagram. So I love this app and I use it all the time now. And it really helps me see like what was me actually DMing people and like trying to connect with people and what was me scrolling through Dan and Phil reels. That's the eternal question. So the next thing I did to dumbify my phone was I downloaded this app, Dumbify, and it was a paid app, but it's not a subscription because I heard that some of them are subscriptions, and I have to credit this YouTuber that I watched. I totally got this idea from them, so I'll link their video in the description. Basically, it's this app that makes your home screen look like a dumb phone, pretty much. And it's just a lot less stimulating to the eyes, and I really like it so far. It is a little annoying because it makes every app a shortcut, which I don't like. But I wanted to try it, and I actually do feel like it's made a difference. Even though my main problem is I search apps, so even if I like hide it on my homepage or something, like I search it, so it doesn't even matter. So I still search the apps, which is a bit of a problem. But I turned off Siri suggestions when I search, and that's helped a lot because she doesn't like automatically show me what I last used. So I actually do have to like physically type in the name almost fully, and that does help some. And this app isn't perfect. I didn't have a way to make all of the apps in this list format. And to be honest, there are apps that I didn't want to get rid of and I still wanted. So I just moved them to a second page, and it's fine because the first page is so understimulating and like it's just like boring to look at. It reminds me of like taking a test that like I do find myself using my phone less. It makes all your apps a widget, and then you just add the widget to your home screen. The app itself is very self-explanatory. Like, it totally explained it to me. I did it in like 30 minutes, and it was nice. And the last thing I did to make my phone as minimalistic as possible is to get myself some like distractor apps that are not social media. I feel a lot better, even if I'm just playing a game on my phone or reading on my phone, than if I was on social media. So I re-downloaded Crossy Road because I wish it was 2014. And I also downloaded the New York Times app so I can like pretend I'm smart with the Wordle, even though I literally get it wrong all the freaking time. And I use these apps like when I'm on the bus or like when I have a weird moment in time when I still want to be on my phone, but I don't want to like be actively scrolling on social media. So yeah, and really quickly, I'll tell you why I wanted to do this. I mean, I don't want to be someone who's like just glued to my phone all the time. I don't know. I often like watch old movies and think about like, oh my god, like what was life like without phones? Like that must be wild. And it is, and like in a lot of ways I'm like super grateful to have this modern technology because I am so directionally challenged. Like without GPS my life would be awful. But just thinking about like people used to do this all the time, and social media is not really like a natural kind of thing, and it often makes me feel pretty shitty. So, you know, like finding ways to reclaim some of my time and actually feel a little bit more productive was a bit important to me. I wanted to kind of relate this to my iPod video because I love using my iPod and I feel like it does help me be on my phone less, and like consuming physical media is different and I really want to explore that more. So yeah, I encourage you guys to try it, especially if you're a fellow Gen Zer. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Like and subscribe. Bye!